The Avon lady has decided she does not want to do that. Okay, I get it. Like,
There's some whores in this house. 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 There's some whores in this house.
hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Nyla. I make lifestyle content with beauty and fashion sprinkled in. So yeah, if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Don't know what you're waiting for. Come join the family. You're gonna love it here because everybody loves it here, period. So today's video, we are doing a get ready with me. I've been wanting to show y'all my most updated makeup routine, and so I figured I would just show y'all, do a little get ready with me, like rock out to some music while I'm doing my makeup, and then show y'all all the products that I have been using as of late, because I watched my everyday makeup tutorial from I think early last year. Baby, the makeup is looking better now. It's looking better now. Now, there's a few products that I used to use that I'm still using, but then we've incorporated some new products, because if you've been watching the vlogs, you know that I've had a Sephora and an Ulta habit as of late, because you know I've just been getting back into makeup again, trying different skincare products. So yeah, the face has been beat these past like few times that I've done my makeup, and I think I like really solidified my routine. I played around with it yesterday just to make sure before I filmed this video for the third time. We won't talk about it. So yeah, I'm excited to show y'all. So if you're interested in watching and also, you know, maybe hearing some terrible singing, you know, while I'm doing my makeup, then stay tuned. All right, y'all, my hair has gotten so, not like so long, but it has grown since I cut it like back in November, and it looks so healthy, and I'm very proud of that. But okay, so when I do my skincare, I'm not a primer girl. When I used to do my makeup, like when I was first starting out, way back when, like in college, I definitely used to use primer. I used to like to use primer waters specifically. So like MAC, is it called the Fix Plus spray? I think so. And then the Smashbox, I forgot what their primer water spray is called, but I used to use that too. As I've gotten older, been doing my makeup more, I just don't feel the need to use a primer. It may also depend on your skin type. I have combination skin, but I just prefer to do my skincare very well and then put my makeup on top of that, and that seems to work for me. The makeup comes out fire every single time without fail. So I don't use primer. Now, I do have my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Spray. You can also use that as a primer. I have used it as a primer before, but I just really prefer to put makeup directly on top of my moisturizer. I think it comes out so much better than when I use like an actual primer. So I would say personally, just do your skincare really well and then do your makeup like right on top of it. So I wash my face. I have on my Believe True Cream Aqua Bomb Moisturizer, my holy grail, y'all already know. And so we finna get into this makeup. So the first thing we are gonna do, I'm not gonna call it color correcting because technically this is not like a orangey, reddish, peachy shade for me to color correct, but this concealer, which is from NARS, it's the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the color Amande or Medium Dark 3. I like to use this concealer because it's really, really close to my actual skin complexion. And so for me, this is what I use for my hyperpigmentation on my face. I have natural like dark spots around like my mouth, the corners of my mouth. That's always been there. That's not anything new. And then I have some hyperpigmentation on my forehead from acne, and then a little bit on like my cheeks, and then I have like a cold sore scar. I think it's on this side. I have my glasses on. It's on this side. I have a cold sore scar, so I use this concealer to conceal that. We're gonna go in with a concealer brush. This is the Sephora Pro Collection Pro Concealer number 57 brush. I freaking love the Sephora Pro Collection brushes. They are expensive. It's like at least $20–$25 for a brush, not gonna hold you. I love these brushes. They are my favorite. The other brand that I like for makeup brushes is Real Techniques, which you can get at Ulta. Their brushes are also really good. Morphe makes good brushes too. I specifically like their eyeshadow brushes, but for like my complexion brushes, Sephora Pro Collection or Real Techniques. So yeah, we are gonna turn on some music and we're gonna start doing our makeup. I will pause here and there the music just so y'all can hear me while I'm explaining stuff. But in honor of Rihanna just doing the Super Bowl, and congrats to her, I guess, on having a baby, another baby, very happy for her. You know, we would love for her to drop a freaking album and go on tour, but the Avon lady has decided she does not want to do that. She wants to focus on her many other lucrative billion-dollar businesses and build her family with ASAP. Okay, I get it. Like, gosh, I'm, you know, a little annoyed that she won't release an album, but it's okay. You got hits for days, and so we're gonna enjoy them. But during that Super Bowl performance, it was giving like, here bitch, like, this is all y'all finna get. Ain't no new music here. Damn, like, it's giving last performance. So, but she got hits for days, so we just gonna have to enjoy them. And Anti is a motherfucking banger. Ugh, my favorite body of work from her. But anyways, we are going to turn on Miss Riri. Apple Music has a Rihanna Essentials playlist, and so that is what we're going to be listening to. My phone is hooked up to my I didn't want her to hear me, so that's why I whispered. But she's hooked up, and we are going to play some music and start doing our face. So yeah. Oh, before I get started, as always, all the products will be listed down below in the description box. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm also gonna do this under my eyes. I tried this out yesterday and I feel like my under eye looked better when I used like a flesh tone concealer under there, and then after I like did my foundation and everything and went back into highlight and I used a lighter concealer, I feel like it looked better. So we're gonna put some concealer underneath our eyes too. Okay, so after I went ahead and put concealer everywhere, we are going to just blend it out a little bit more with a damp beauty blender. Just some light pressure, You don't have to go too hard. You ain't gotta go too hard. But you see how my skin like looks a little bit more even now? That is what you want. Now, if you have perfect skin and you don't have any hyperpigmentation, then you can skip this conceal with a flesh tone concealer or a color corrector. You can skip this step, but for me, we gotta color correct. Next, we are going in with foundation. This has been my go-to foundation every single time I do my makeup when I'm finna go out somewhere. This is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation in the color 23O. I also believe I could have gotten away with 22N, but when I went in the store and I swatched both, I felt like 23O was a little bit better of a match. So yeah, also I don't really care if my foundation ends up being like a tiny bit darker than my actual skin tone, because when you go back and you highlight and you contour and you do the rest of your face, it always comes together. I would rather use a foundation that is a tad bit darker. If it's not like my exact skin tone match, I would rather it be a tiny bit darker than it to be lighter, because once you do the rest of your face, it comes together and it looks fine, versus if you use one that's a little too light, your face can come out looking ashy. So yeah, but I freaking love this foundation. Mario was in his motherfucking bag when he made this. So yeah, what a fucking time when this song was out. We're gonna only do a pump. I don't like putting too much foundation on my face anymore. I just send me up where you are in the join me on this earth. Nobody takes me in a crisis. I believe all of your dreams. Using my heart, I'm asleep at the career. She was taking my love. I brought for you for 4 years. Never had something that you never seen. Work, 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 work. You see me do me dirt, 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 dirt. Okay, we are gonna go in again with our beauty blender. You will notice that I like to use a combination of brushes and sponges when I do my makeup. I don't know, I just feel like it comes out the best that way. So almost every time after I like blend with a brush, I will go back over everything with the beauty blender. That is just how I like to do my makeup. I think it comes out better that way. Okay, so we blended out our foundation. Before we do our brows, we're gonna contour. We're gonna do two types of contour. We're gonna cream contour and we're going to use a little bit of powder contour. So we are going to take the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Espresso and we're gonna contour our nose and bring our contour into our eyebrow. It just looks so much better, just trust me. We're gonna do that first and then we will do our brows. So I'll show y'all how I do my nose contour and then I will do my brows off camera, clean them up, and then come back. So I kind of raise my eyebrows and we're going to, ooh, she's a little crooked, but we're just gonna go from our brow and bring it down. And it's okay if she gets a little messed up. We're gonna blend her in. So yeah, she looks a little bit of a mess, but don't you worry. We're gonna fix her. Also, because I end up concealing later, like that's also how you can fix it, by like getting close by your nose if you like mess up the line, so it's really not that big of a deal. Now, in terms of blending, hold on. I like to use a fluffy brush. This is a fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is from Morphe. This is the M504 brush. I just personally feel like it works better and diffuses the color better. So that is why I like using a brush. Things is true. What can I say? If you ain't twin, I'll still choose you. I got niggas trying to end me off. Okay, now it's time for me to do my brows. So I use the Refi Beauty brow pencil in the color medium. I brush my brows up first, then I carve them out on the bottom. And then I will brush my brows down, carve them out at the top, then do hair-like strokes and fill them in, then brush my brows back up, and then I clean up under them with concealer. I usually use the Too Faced Born This Way in the color Chestnut. It's like maybe 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. Start like midway from like the tail, or basically where the contour stops, and I go all the way, the midpoint of my brow, starting from where the contour stops, all the way down to my tail, and that's how I clean it up. And then once you blend it out, it creates like a nice little gradient effect with the contour, with the nose contour and the concealer. It looks fire. So wait on it. Just trust me. Just trust me. I can't show y'all on camera because I've tried to do my brows on camera before. I think I've only maybe captured it once or twice. But like my brows are the things that I just really have to pay attention to because I really feel like they make my face. And so if I mess it up because I'm trying to sit here and record it, it makes me upset. So I would just rather do it off camera and then come back and show it to y'all. So BRB. Okay, y'all, we are back. Our brows are done. You see how like the contour goes into the concealer? I don't know why words were escaping me. You see how it blends nicely into the concealer? It just looks so pretty. Also, can we appreciate the roses in the background? It's a nice little touch, especially because in the back it's black because it's pitch black outside, so what you're seeing is like my windows. But the flowers add like a nice little touch and color. The brows are done and they look fire, bitch. So next we are going to highlight / conceal. Ooh, actually, again, I'm a liar. Sometimes I highlight before I do liquid or cream blush. Other times I will do it after. Yesterday when I was doing my makeup, I did my liquid blush first and then I highlighted underneath my eyes and stuff, and I felt like my makeup came out chef's kiss. So that's how we're gonna do it this time. So I'm taking my Rare Beauty blush in the color Joy. It's like a peachy salmon colored kind of blush. Okay, ooh, Jesus, we would have made a mess. This is very pigmented, but I like to do like 3 dots on the high points of my cheek. And then you can use a beauty blender or you can use a brush, but we are going to take this angled blush brush from the Sephora collection. This is the Sephora Pro Blush number 93 brush. This is what we're actually gonna take to blend this out, and you have to be quick because this kind of like dries down fast. I like to use the same brush for my bronzer. So yeah, it like just blends everything nicely together.
Square root of 69 is 8 something. I'm alive in the nighttime. Yeah. Okay. It's getting hot, crack the window, air it out. What's the name?
Now, it's okay that it looks a little heavy-handed right now and that it looks the way it does because we're gonna put concealer and then we're gonna like melt everything together. So it's fine. I'm using, again, the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the color Chestnut. And so I'm gonna put some underneath my eyes like that. I'm gonna put a little bit on my forehead. And I used to put some around my mouth, like underneath my nose, on my chin. I don't do that anymore. I would prefer to just not. I think it looks better when I don't do that. And then we're gonna put a little bit down the bridge of our nose. And then like a little dot at the end of our nose. I'm also going to take another concealer, a lighter concealer. This one is from Juvia's Place. I don't know the full name of this concealer. It'll be down below, but it's in the color or the shade 10. And this is probably maybe like 3 shades lighter than my natural skin complexion. And we're just gonna put this, ooh, excuse me, in like the inner corner. This concealer, we're gonna do a little on our forehead too. This concealer is extremely creamy. I used to use this color on its own underneath my eyes, but I like using the Too Faced one first and then going in with that color on the inner corner because like the Too Faced one is a little bit more yellow and it's just a little bit darker, but it's still lighter than my skin tone. So I just feel like it looks better than just using like this bright of a color underneath my eyes. You can brighten your eyes up with some setting powder, so it's okay. Now, I'm gonna let my under eyes sit and I'm gonna blend out my forehead and my nose first. We're gonna go in with the Rare Beauty concealer brush. I love this brush. It's a phenomenal brush. I love it so much, especially for blending underneath the eyes. Fantastic. So that is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna turn the music back on.
Hey boy, I wanna see you. You can go downtown with a girl like that. My life, oh na 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 na. I need a boy. Oh na na, what's the name? Oh na, back and forth you ride me. Hey boy, I wanna see you be a girl like me. Hey boy, I wanna be with you. So we work up. Oh, yeah, that's why you take me. What's the name? Oh na. Hey boy, I wanna see you be. You can go downtown with a girl like me.
All right, now that we're done blending and doing some karaoke, I'm gonna go back in again with my damp beauty blender, and I am finna take the butt of it and kind of go around my forehead where I put the concealer, because I also used the butt of the beauty blender when I was blending out my foundation, so there's a little bit of that on it, so it helps like blend it in. And then we are gonna finish blending underneath our eyes. Actually, let me go down my nose first, hold on. There we go. Now we're gonna go underneath our eyes and we are going to finish blending.
Hey boy, I wanna see you. You can go downtown with a yellow diamonds in the light. It's the rain. We fell love in a hopeless way.
Okay, we've highlighted our eyes and you see how it blends very nicely into the contour. I mean, into my blush. my mind. But now we are going to contour. We are going to use the Fenty matchsticks in the color Espresso. So my natural contour line is like right here. I don't know if y'all can like see this shadow a little bit. That is where my natural contour line is, so that's how I know. Contouring is to create shadows. Bronzer is to add warmth back to your face. Yes, you kind of put the bronzer in the same place that you contour, but contour is more gray because you're trying to carve out and create shadows, so like you're defining features, whereas bronzer, because you don't have to contour, you can just do bronzer. I've done that before. Bronzer is just adding like warmth back to your face, and it has more of like a warm reddish undertone because that's where the sun naturally hits your face. So, tip.
In the air, and the screams from everywhere. Be scared when it goes down. Got a problem, tell me now.
Okay, I put it on my cheekbones and I put it on my forehead. We are gonna go in with a dense brush. This is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I've had this for forever, but this is what I like to use to blend out my contour because it's very dense.
Oh, yeah, I say we are. This is Rock Nation. Everything. And I cross the blackbirds. Riding with their diligence. I put now, let me get back to this paper. I'm a couple niggas now straight up.
It's not fair. I break the rules, so I don't care. In this on my mind, it's soon gonna run this down, down.
And ain't nobody pressure. I'm in. Make sure the bronze, they got a table full of fellas.
Okay, we did our contour. Now we are going back in with the Sephora Pro Collection Pro Blush Brush, and we are going to bronze our face before we end up setting everything. I've been using a cream bronzer lately and I have been loving it. So I'm using the Save Beauty Sun Melt in the color Deep Bronze. It's such a fucking pretty color. It's so pretty. First of all, my makeup is coming together perfectly. Like, I'm that bitch when it comes to this shit. Don't play with me. So we're gonna go in. Sometimes I'm a little heavy-handed with the bronzer. Don't care. I like the way it looks.
I was good on my own, that's the way it was. Shit, what the fuck you complaining for? About that shit I was kicking to you. Had some fun on the run, though I'll give it to you. You was just another nigga on the hit list.
Now that we've done that, we're gonna go back with our beauty blender because I told y'all I like to use a combination of brushes and a beauty blender. And we're just gonna go over everything because we want it to be seamless. We want it to blend together. You see how like my blush, the bronzer, and the contour all like look melted? That is the point. And now I'm just gonna go underneath my eyes too to make sure that there's no creasing with my concealer, because after I do that, we are going to, ooh, my nose itches. We are gonna start setting everything. Before I set underneath my eyes, I'm thinking that I might wanna go in with blush. Nope, I'm gonna set under my eyes and then I'll go in with my powdered blush. Yeah, I'll do it that way. So, what I'm going to do is we are going to take the Real Techniques setting brush, and we're gonna do like a light layer that I press underneath my eye in this whole area, and then we're gonna go and bake. So again, make sure your under eye is not creasing. And then I'm gonna take some of my Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder in the color Banana Bread. I'm gonna take my brush, swirl it in the powder. Some people don't like to bake. I like to bake, and so that is why I set everything into place first and then bake. But you can just, if you don't like to bake, just set everything into place with powder. And I'm gonna look up while I'm doing this so it doesn't get into my creases.
Yeah, bitch better have my money. Ballin' bigger than LeBron. Who y'all think y'all frontin' on? Like bruh, bruh, bruh. Pay me what you want.
Okay, next we're gonna take a powder puff, but you can, it still has powder on it. You can also use a beauty blender. I use both. I typically use my beauty blender, but I've been recently trying to get into the powder puffs. I have a beauty blender powder puff, but you can get the like cheaper ones, the disposable ones on Amazon. I'll have a link in the description box as well as this one. But I'm now going to bake a little bit. Well, a little bit, kind of, sort of. I'm gonna put it there, but then I'm gonna press it into my skin. And we're gonna dip it into the Huda Beauty powder that I just used. This is what it looked like when I did that, right? I'm gonna take the excess off on the back of my hand, and the reason why I'm doing that is because it helps this to be a much more smooth, even application when I put it on. And now we're gonna keep pressing in to set everything. And that's what this eye looks like. And now we're gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna set my forehead, down my nose. Down my nose I will do with the beauty blender, and yeah.
In a drop top, doing 100, y'all in my rear view mirror, bitch, better have my, bitch, better have my money.
I cannot wait to color correct this footage because I can tell I look a little washed out. I was just taking the excess that was on the brush to do my set my eyelids, because my under eyes look so good, because that's where I also put concealer. Now we're going to reinforce our nose contour a little bit with powder. I am going to use my Morphe palette. This is old. This is an eyeshadow palette. I highly doubt they make this anymore. I got this a few years ago in Houston at the Morphe store, which apparently a lot of the Morphe stores are no longer. They have closed. But anyways, you can go to Ulta and see if they have something like similar to this, but highly doubt it. I'm gonna take one of the brown colors on the same fluffy brush that I used when I did my contour with the cream product, and we're just gonna reinforce it. People, I just realized that this stopped recording, and I don't know exactly when it stopped recording. Okay, I just checked. Y'all, I think, saw when I reinforced my nose contour. I don't think y'all saw when I did my blush, unfortunately, but yeah, I just took this Juvia's Place palette and I did my blush. I'm a dummy. I was not even paying attention. I was like, oh my god, the camera stopped recording. I don't know where it stopped either. So very stupid of me. But look how beautiful it looks. So now we're gonna spray our face real quick, and then after I spray my face, I'm gonna put some mascara on. If y'all haven't noticed, as of late, I haven't been wearing falsies. I haven't been wearing, well, I don't really wear strip lashes anymore. I haven't, because I was wearing lash extensions all the time. I haven't got my lashes done in like months. And when I do want to do lashes, or when I want to have lashes on, I just do them at home myself using some lash clusters and like the glue and stuff from the Kiss Falscara. That's what I use. But I've also been feeling the just mascara look with my makeup. I feel like it looks really good, especially because my lashes have grown back and they're also longer now, and so I really like that look. So we're gonna spray our face, and then we are going to do our lashes, and then lips will be last, and then we'll be done.
All I see is signs, all I see is dollar signs. Throw it up, watch it fall from the sky.
Okay, I'm using the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Stretch and Strengthen mascara. This is like one of my favorite songs on Anti, and I feel like it's a little slept on. It's one of my favorite songs ever by Rihanna. Ooh. Y'all, I just realized I didn't put any shadow on. I forgot. I don't really do eyeshadow like that for real. So I take a fluffy brush. Yes, this is a multi-purpose brush for me. I dip it in some of the Mocha Mommy bronzer, and I just put it in my crease. I forgot that I didn't do this. Also, we're doing very good timing because I still have 2 bars left on my camera battery. Spoke too soon, bitch. Let me do my mascara.
bad, bad. Can't do it like that. Take it on back, boy. Take it on back, boy. Take it back all night. What are you willing to do? Oh, tell me what you're willing to do. Baby, tell me what's wrong. Man, fuck your pride. Just say it on back. Just say it on back, baby.
Mascara is done. We are going to do our lips, and I am using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk 3 Intense. It's like a brown. And then for my lippy, and then I'll probably also use something else on top of it, we are going to use the NYX Butter Gloss and Creme Brulee. It's an OG. And then probably to top it off, I'm gonna use the Dior lip oil in the color pink. So I have started overlining my top lip a little bit, and I really have been liking how it's been, I've really been liking how it's been making my lips come out. I really have gotten my nose contour down. My face looks fucking snatched, bitch. You bitches can't tell me shit. I did that, absolutely.
Kiss it, baby, baby.
I need love and affection.
All the world made it. I just shut a man down. It's fancy cars, and then you see you're gonna go far. My life is just living my life. My life.
All right, y'all, enough of my shenanigans and my singing. My makeup is done. I think it looks nice. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my shenanigans and my singing. But yeah, I hope you found it entertaining. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something from how I like to do my makeup. As I said before, all the products are listed below in the description box. Let me wrap this on up because my camera is really finna die, y'all. I need to get extra batteries for this camera. It's not funny. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe if you're not part of the family. Baby girl, I don't know what you're waiting for. Come join the family. You're gonna love it here because everybody loves it here, and that is on motherfucking period. So yeah, I love you all so much. So happy that third time's a charm and I don't have to refilm this shit yet again. We'll see if I get annoyed while I'm editing this. But if you're watching this, then this was the third take and I was overall pleased with it more than I was annoyed by it. But anyways, I will see you beautiful people in the next video. Bye.
There's some whores in this house. 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 There's some whores in this house.